Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Reborn as a Vending Machine, episode 6. Since now we're halfway through, but like I say, now we're just halfway through, but this has been a very cleverly well written series for an isekai, especially when a person being reborn as a vending machine. It's been such genius on what the series has been handling inside the series and the episodes, and it's written and everything else. I mean, our guy Boxo, right? I mean, first of all, he starts blushing because there's this girl that he's given some certain things to for the guy, one of the guys who's one of the guards, and first it wasn't showing fully her face, but when it finally reveals, so he's like, oh wow, she's so cute and all that. I'm like, oh man. I mean, this has been so fun. It's been not only that the well written though, but it's been pure comedy gold at the same time. I mean, I really enjoyed this series. Like I said, it's just too bad there wasn't enough materials to continue on though. Sad to say though. And so now they're planning on going on the next hunt, right? Since they faced with frog fiends and the two-headed snake, right? Now they're trying to go hunt for crocodile fiends now. And another very clever thing that of course, he's been our guy Boxo. He changed the formation of like 5 times in this episode. I'm like, damn. First he changed to when they're first camping out, like the first day of camp, right? And he changes them to a machine where he can just give out a portable potty, basically, like a tent where no one can see you, and a portable toilet in there. I'm like, oh my god, the portable toilet, that was hilarious. Jeez, and then with the whole thing, try to get the crocodiles up because he transfers to an ice machine. First, he puts on regular ice to make the water icy cold, so that since the crocodiles are cold blood, so they can't handle the cold, so they get out of there right away. And then he turns himself like as Captain Cowboy, call him that. And since they can't one of their vice captain, the woman who's the mage, can't use her make a fog spell, so our guy Boxo makes it to a fog machine, sort of, right? Instead of, not making fog though, but he uses dry ice, because dry ice can be pretty misty, right? So dry ice, put in the water, make it all foggy, right? I'm like, this has been really cleverly well written. I'm like, okay. And so they were going to go on ahead, and while Boxo is there, continue making the fog, right, from the dry ice, and Hilmley is gonna be Humley is gonna stay with them, right, while they go on ahead. But by the time they come back, they're being chased by a lord because Humley was explaining to him about the lords, like the lord of a dungeon, right? Like the big bosses, like how he previously with that the giant flaming fog fiend, right? Well, now, before you can explain all that, the weaknesses and stuff like that, they can start charging, right? They start coming back, right? Because they're being attacked by this big giant crocodile, right? And so they have no choice but to leave Boxer behind, though. But not before he puts up a barrier to protect himself. So it starts, and this is the first time he has to first time since the first episode he had to fend for himself, right? So he puts up a barrier, tries to endure all the damage he has. And he's spending a lot of his points though because of the damage he's taken. But he tries to distract, like having it with the fried chicken, right? With Kentucky Fried Chicken. But then ends up swallowing him instead. And now he's inside. The belly of the beast now. And belly of the beast. Last time I heard that name was that phrase. Well, name actually was Steven Seagal's Belly of the Beast. I can tell you that this series is better than any of Steven Seagal's movies. Why I bring that? Because I said Billy the Beast, and I even thought that name up. Fuck those movies. This is about Reborn as a Vending Machine. This is more cleverly, more well written than any of those freaking Steven Seagal direct-to-video movies, easily. And I'm not even exaggerating. You think that being reborn as a vending machine is a silly idea? Believe me, there has been a lot more stupider, silly, more immature, childish ideas I see in those dumb Steven Seagal movies in this. I would probably say our guy Boxo, a vending machine, could beat the crap out of Steven Seagal. The way he is right now. yeah, that's right. He can change into more food machines, and Steven Seagal can stuff his fat face with those. Hey, and that's a lot more funny than anything I've heard from the Steven Seagal films. Funnier. But getting back to it, so he's inside the crocodile, right? So genius once again. He just how the way he gets himself out of it, right? He wants to create, basically bad indigestion. So he gives it like a bad case of gas, right? Starts building up. It says bad case of gas. He turns himself into an old gas machine. Because since our guy is such a vending machine enthusiastic, right? He, like how from an oxygen tank, oxygen machine, like from from decades back, right? Even for the same thing with an old gas vending machine, right? I'm like, this is how clever this author is, very clever. You gotta give this author credit a whole lot, because this has been a very well written series with a lot of credible ideas. And then combine total with the gas just to make it full of gas, and then changes back again and to make it makes it like a portable microwave to create this one spark of fire, and then ignites the crocodile from the inside, breathe out fire, and all of a sudden the whole thing explodes. He single-handedly kills the crocodile all by himself, and what he does is this little coin that has a crocodile on it. Now, I'm not sure what that, because what Humley was trying to tell him, though, before he interrupted, though, but I don't know, maybe that coin can give him a whole lot of points. He can just pretty much a whole lot of points, so he doesn't have to worry about spending his health points or whatever, But before you know all that, though, the ground underneath him begins to split open. He begins to fall, pretty much looks like way deep, right? And the last image he thinks of is what he's thinking of is Lame is crying, because of how tight their bond is, right? And she can't live without him, right? So the last thing he thinks of is the image of her just crying, as he's falling. So episode 6, is really let alone this show has been absolute fire, this whole entire time. I'd say it's very well written, very cleverly, some kind of genius ideas I could see in this, where this author who's so invested in the knowledge of vending machines, like I said, for what even from different times, right? Like I said, from periods before, an oxygen machine from 1939 or 1960s, whatever, or even an old-fashioned gas machine, and how much he uses his many forms to get his way out of the crocodile's stomach, right? I'm like, this show is big. You think this whole thing is a big meme, but it's not. To me, I think it's very clever and a well-written type of isekai that I've seen in quite some time. For an isekai, yeah, I've not seen this very cleverness and geniusly written, because you gotta give credit to the author, It's more like to say the same for the author of Inuyasha, because with that one, it would have become one of my favorite animes of all time, and along with those other ones that she wrote, like with Remember One Half and the other one with the space girl, the green hair, Yukasa. But without Inuyasha, I wouldn't give credit to her for writing a very well-written series as well, like Inuyasha, one of my all-time favorite animes. But the same thing you hear, but use a lot of different cool ideas, and just not with including with the humor as well. Like just with the humor mixed in with the stuff like even the portable toilet, that was very funny as well. But the use of using as many forms, like with regular ice to make the water cold, and then dry ice to make like a good fog, a camouflage. And then just how he uses it to escape from the inside the crocodile, And he earned himself this reward coin basically for killing this lord, I guess. So yeah, but episode 6 has been absolute as was really great. I really enjoyed it. Like, this series has been really enjoyable for me. I've been really enjoying this series. So yeah, so episode 6, loved episode 6. Just I've been enjoying this episode, this series overall. I've been having a fun time with this series. You people, like I said, it may seem a silly idea or a meme, because it's always a vending machine. Well, guess what? This vending machine knows how to fight. It single-handedly defeated a crocodile on its own, uses its own different methods of formations, right? So, yeah. I give the thumbs to this one. So anyway, really enjoyed episode 6. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. That's of Undead Girl Murder Farce. And we'll see you next time. Later.